Next up here on the Fantasy Flex is our Elite Entry segment, where I am going to dive into the PrizePicks app to build some entries. I'm going to identify some markets I like, you build your own PrizePicks entries, and all of us have a little fun and make some money. So today I'm going to look at 4 Week 8 quarterback plays on PrizePicks. The first play that I like is Daniel Jones over 260.5 passing yards on the road in Kansas City. Jones had a fairly lackluster game against the Panthers with just 203 passing yards and 1 touchdown. They obviously did pick up the win, and I think he does bounce back in a big way against the Chiefs, who seem to not be able to guard against anything. They have one of the worst defenses right now. Last week, Ryan Tannehill, who had been QB 19 through 6 weeks, still passed for 270 yards with some miscues. The Giants can't lean on the run like the Titans can. And if the team gets at least one of their hurt receivers back in Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney, I think this definitely smashes the over in what could be a bonanza game. The next play that I like is Mac Jones under 255.5 passing yards on the road against the Chargers. So Jones is coming off of his best game to date, where he did surpass 300 yards for the first time this year. Obviously, that under did not hit, but I'm going to go under once again because I think it's unlikely that the Patriots score 52 points in a game again this year. And when they did, it's not like Jones blew the doors off. He completed 24 of 36 for 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. But toss in the fact that the Chargers are going to be well rested coming off of their week 7 bye and are allowing the 4th fewest passing yards in the NFL. It's definitely an under for me. Another one that I like is Tua Tagovailoa under 230.5 passing yards on the road in Buffalo. Tua missed most of their first meeting after suffering a hip injury in week 2. He had 4 attempts in that game, so certainly can't go off that. And he's done pretty well for himself over the last 2 weeks since coming back from the injury. That said, he has played Jacksonville and Atlanta, 2 of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. He has an opponent on the other side of the spectrum this week in the Bills, who are giving up an NFL low 180.5 passing yards per game this year. I can definitely see him struggling on the road in Buffalo. The last one that I like is Kirk Cousins over 289.5 passing yards at home versus the Cowboys. As good as the secondary has been, it's gotten a lot of PR. It's really the Trayvon Diggs show, and this team has allowed the 5th most passing yards this year. Meanwhile, Cousins has also been playing phenomenal football. I think credit where credit is due, and he's just a guy that is underrated, averaging 295 passing yards per game. He's also coming off of a very strong outing against a better defense in Carolina. I think this game is going to be very high scoring, and Cousins will crush the over. All right, so that is our elite entry today, going with Daniel Jones over 260.5 passing yards on the road in Kansas City, Mac Jones under 255.5 passing yards on the road against the Chargers, Tua Tagovailoa under 230.5 passing yards on the road in Buffalo, and Kirk Cousins over 289.5 passing yards at home versus the Cowboys. As a reminder, you can mix and match fantasy points and player props to make your lineups super spicy. Also, PrizePicks markets move, so you're going to want to be nimble to lock in the best numbers and make your picks as soon as possible. If you have not created a PrizePicks account yet, please check out the link in our episode description because PrizePicks has a special offer for Fantasy Flex listeners. They're going to match your first deposit up to $100. Just click the link in our episode description or visit prizepicks.com and use the promo code ACTION10.